Welcome back to Bazaar Morning Call. Hope you're having a good morning. Well, as promised, plenty of stocks are going to be on our radar, and our research team is standing by with CNBC-TV18's top stocks that you need to track today. So now you go first. You had a busy weekend because the auto sales numbers were trickling in.
I think it's the only one, tracking those numbers on the first. But actually, the summary, the 4 companies that came out with numbers, completely mixed bag. So let me start with Maruti. I'm going with red over there because the numbers are on the weaker side. It's a 9% fall that we've seen and steep fall in the small car segment. So that's really dragged the overall performance. Total sales coming in at just 1.39 lakh units. Eicher Motors, I'm going with red because Royal Enfield sales were quite weak actually. They were below street estimates, and despite having some of the new launches like the Hunter do well. So not only are they seeing lower volumes, but now because the Hunter is a low margin product, they're sacrificing on margins as well. So I expect the stock to be in the red. However, the commercial vehicle piece is doing good. It's a 17% growth that we've seen over there. In fact, that's the big, positive takeaway from the numbers this time. Even Tata Motors has showcased good commercial vehicle sales. MHCV sales are up by 34.3% and total sales are up by about 10%. Passenger vehicle sales have also gone up, courtesy electric vehicles. So I'm going with green for Tata Motors. And finally, Escorts Kubota, going with green over there as well. Total tractor sales are up by almost 19% year on year. But importantly, the management commentary is very good. They say that rural sentiment remains favourable. There was good Kharif procurement, Rabi sowing and better water levels in reservoirs. So I'm going with green for Escorts Kubota.
That's good to hear. Well, it looks like government is spending, so CVs are doing well. It's the personal consumption that's lagging. But Nigel, why are you watching NMDC and manganese, MOIL?
Yeah, so I'm watching 3 stocks, Lata, and I was a little bit busy, Sonia, as well on January 1st because, there was quite a bit of news flow that came out. Let's start off with NMDC first. I track the buyers. They get the request from NMDC, and the request was that they're going to go ahead and increase prices. It's not yet on the exchanges, but I reached out to the management. They haven't commented, though I'm sure that they've hiked prices on lumps as well as fines by around 500 rupees per ton. That's good news for NMDC, right? A few factors that did play out. One is global iron ore prices. Well, they are up by close to 15% in the last 1 month or so. The China reopening factor, obviously, that's playing out there. There have been price hikes by private miners in Odisha. So obviously that gives them fodder to go ahead and increase prices. And when pellet prices move up, that as well, gives them reason. So NMDC green on that one. Moving to MOIL, well, they have increased prices. We got a release late last evening that on, on content with manganese content of 44% and above, it's increased by around 15%. And below 44%, well, it's been increased by roughly around 7.5% also. The price increase coupled with that, also the production number for December is very, very good. So production as well as sales numbers that they have disclosed are very good. So green on MOIL as well. And finally, Coal India, well, they have come out with their operational update for the month of December. Production is looking good, double digits. And on a high base of last December, they have delivered a 3.5 to 4% growth. So all 3 stocks going with green on them.
Okay, thanks for that. Well, let's move on. Surbhi is with us. Surbhi, Happy New Year to you. You're looking at Religare and MCX this morning.
Hi, Happy New Year. So I'm looking at Religare because the lenders have approved one-time settlement of outstanding dues for Religare Finvest. Now, just to alert our viewers, Religare Finvest is the NBFC arm of the company. Now, Finvest owes close to 5,400 crores to 16 lenders, including the likes of SBI, Bank of Baroda and Punjab National Bank. The company has proposed 2,320 crores as a one-time settlement, which is close to 57% haircut to the outstanding dues. The management in its press release also says that RFL has been taking all the corrective measures advised by the RBI so that they can restart their lending business. I'm also looking at MCX, where the company has extended the contract for support services with 63 Moon Technologies for another 6 months, beginning Jan 1st. Now, this agreement with 63 is a stopgap agreement before they switch to TCS as their service provider. The agreement with TCS was supposed to help minimize their operational costs, and that has been delayed temporarily, so that can be viewed as negative. Back to you.
Okay, thanks for that. But positive perhaps for 63 Moons for just a bit. Okay, Vivek, why are you watching Torrent Power?
Good morning. Torrent Power in focus. Now, newspaper reports are indicating that the company is in talks to buy some renewable and clean power projects from Renew Energy Global. Now, what the company has done is, as per the newspaper report, is that they have submitted a non-binding offer for the solar and wind power assets. So the solar assets of close to 350 megawatts, wind assets of close to 750 megawatt, totaling to 1.1 gigahertz. Now, what is interesting is, if you're looking at the valuation that has been ascribed, it appears to be quite an aggressive bid by Torrent Power. Enterprise value pegged at almost $1.2 billion with the equity value of close to $450 million. So we have not independently verified these reports, and we reached out to the management we reached out to the Torrent Group. They are yet to respond to our queries.
Okay, all right. Thanks a lot for that, Vivek. Well, here's a quick recap of all the top stocks that we covered for you. Stocks with positive news flow include Tata Motors, NMDC, Coal India, MOIL, Religare, Torrent Power, as well as Escorts. While stocks with the negative news flow include Maruti, Eicher Motors, and MCX.
All right, I also just want to mention that Ashok Leyland's numbers, I think, just updated on the exchanges now, looking pretty good actually. It's a 45% growth that we're seeing in Leyland's numbers overall. And once again, medium and heavy commercial vehicles doing really well, 61% growth in December. And cumulatively, 2022 has been a great year for Leyland. It's a doubling of medium and heavy commercial vehicle sales. In December of 2021, they sold just about 41,000 and they ended December 2022 with 83,600 units. So it's been a good year for Ashok
commercial
Leyland.
vehicles more generally, whether you look at Eicher, you look at Tata Motors, or you look at Ashok Leyland. Okay, we have the promised understanding of the commodities ecosystem today. Manisha Gupta joins us. Manisha, crude ended higher on Friday.
It did, and again for a second straight year, Lata. Commodities have been volatile, but the best performing asset class in 2022, while we are entering the new year with recession concerns and COVID flare-ups and Russia sanctions as well. But we did see crude oil prices end 2022 with small gains, with markets anticipating crude prices to go back to the three-digit number of $100 and beyond. But that is by the second half of 2023. The first half promises to be volatile and slightly controlled there. But it is the metal prices which also have seen a negative closing in 2022. Markets do believe that the favorable domestic China policies could be supportive, especially in case of copper, aluminum, iron ore. These metals are what are on radar in sense of expectations on demand getting better, and the inventories which are at record lows to continue to support.
Okay, thanks a lot for that. So that is how the metal space is shaping up. First day of the new year.